I know 7 months have already passed, but 2023 has still some of the most amazing games waiting to get released. Let us count the 10 most exciting of them, and yes, this is the part 2 of a previous video on the same topic. Hi, I am Neuromancer, and without wasting any time, let's dive in. Well, Payday 3 was revealed a few weeks back, and even though the footage presented in the gameplay reveal was at its beta stage, it looked absolutely mind-blowing. So this is a cooperative FPS game focused on high-stakes heists and intense action-packed gameplay. Collaboration, communication, and strategic planning are crucial to successfully complete missions. The game is developed in Unreal Engine 4 and will mark the return of the original gang along with 2 additional heisters. The game is set in New York, and just to let you know, the standard edition will be available at a reduced price of $39.99 and will support crossplay. Payday 3 is releasing on 21st September this year. What started as a DLC-based expansion for Assassin's Creed Valhalla and then transformed into a full-fledged game, Assassin's Creed Mirage checks all the boxes that the old fans of the Assassin's Creed series craved before the RPG-based mechanics overpowered the linear narrative-based action-adventure genre of Assassin's Creed games. With a lot of focus on stealth, including blending into the crowd, interacting with the NPCs, a tightly woven narrative, a much smaller map which is merely 1% the size of Valhalla's map, reworked animations for parkour mechanics, Assassin's Creed Mirage feels like a dream come true for old-timers like myself. Assassin's Creed Mirage is releasing on 12th October. The original Lords of the Fallen was released way back in 2014 when a few games were trying to replicate the Soul-like formula for success. The game wasn't great by any means, but critics praised its combat mechanics, ambience, and the non-linear progression system. The sequel is set 1000 years after the original, will feature a more intense Souls-like experience, and will also introduce seamless online co-op gameplay for the very first time. It will feature more than 1000 melee and range-based weapons, nice classes to choose from, and a lot of freedom in terms of customization. Lords of the Fallen is releasing on October 13 on all major consoles and PCs. The sequel to Remedy Entertainment's psychological thriller, Alan Wake, is finally here. The sequel will feature 2 playable characters within 2 parallel realities and is set in Bright Falls, 13 years after the events of the first game. In the sequel, Alan Wake seems to be held captive and is missing, and FBI agent Saga Anderson is investigating the brutal, ritualistic murders happening in Bright Falls. This section of Saga Anderson will be played out in the real world, while Alan Wake will be fighting his own battles and demons within his own creation of nightmares called A Dark Place, where he is trapped for the last 13 years. The game will stay a survival horror with an element of a layered psychological story. The game will also feature a tight linear narrative, and the flashback combat will make its return from the first game. Camera angle will also look similar to the Resident Evil 4 remake, and the game is releasing on October 17th. After Zelda Tears of the Kingdom's massive success, Nintendo's next major release is Super Mario Bros. Wonder. The game will feature a fresh, colorful, and vibrant visual art style and is a 2D side-scroller. The game will mark the return of Daisy, who is a playable character for the first time ever in 20 years. And along with Daisy, the star-studded cast of favorites like Peach, Mario, Yellow Toad, Luigi, and Yoshi are also back. Among the new features, there are 4-player co-op modes and some really entertaining power-ups, like one that transforms Mario into an elephant and one which stretches Mario into a shadowy, tall replica of himself. Then Mario may temporarily become invisible as a spiky ball version while retaining his legendary mustache. And then there is a parachute Mario as well. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is releasing for the Switch on 20th October. The web swinger makes his return along with Miles Morales and yes, the highly anticipated Venom. And it's not the return of Eddie Brock though. Instead, the game will feature a new storyline possibly hinting at Harry Osborn, but we both know trailers can be pretty misleading. The swinging looks smooth as ever, the visuals are appealing as well, and the New York City looks alive. The story is set 10 months after the events of Spider-Man Miles Morales. Among the villains, Mr. Negative, and the Lizard or Dr. Connors will make their return, but more importantly, the game introduces us to Kraven the Hunter, who looks really menacing in the gameplay reveal trailer. Both Peter and Miles will be able to use their web wings or wingsuits that will enhance the already near flawless swinging and exploration mechanics. You will be able to switch seamlessly between Miles and Peter at certain segments of the game. Peter's foray into his darker side and donning the symbiotic black suit will allow for a whole chain of new combat and gameplay mechanics. Also, as per some leaks, the black suit will keep evolving throughout your entire playthrough. We are really excited about Marvel's Spider-Man 2's release on 20th October. When Hollow Knight was released way back in 2017, it quickly gained a substantial following and critical acclaim for its challenging gameplay, beautiful hand-drawn art style, atmospheric soundtrack, and a rich lore. Its sequel, Hollow Knight Silksong, was first intended as an expansion, but then transformed into a full-blown sequel with new areas to visit, a new protagonist, and enhanced gameplay. Here you can expect more than 150 enemy and boss types. With the new protagonist Hornet instead of the Knight, you will have more abilities at your disposal. As per PC Gamer, the Hornet will utilize Silk instead of Souls to heal. He will be able to use bombs and spike balls. There will be two different currencies, shell shards to repair and craft tools and rosaries to buy stuff. The platforming mechanics too look more acrobatic since Hornet is able to flip easily over huge enemies. The game will feature a lot more side quests compared to the original and brings back Christopher Larkin, the original music composer. Currently, the release date for Hollow Knight is set to be announced second half of 2023, and we hope it doesn't get any delayed further. The lore in Warhammer is so epic and so immersive that you can actually spend days trying to understand it without getting tired since it's so interesting. That is why Henry Cavill has signed a contract with Amazon to create a Warhammer franchise of film and TV series. Well, back to Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2, which will see the return of Captain Titus and will feature a linear narrative-focused campaign that can be played solo or in 3-player co-op mode. The gameplay reveal trailer looks brutal and gives a lot of Gears of War vibes while you're fighting hordes of enemies, and it looks and feels really amazing. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 is coming to all major platforms this winter 2023. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, developed and published by Ubisoft, will be set in the world of James Cameron's Avatar franchise, but after the events of Avatar: The Way of Water, and will be played from a first-person perspective. The game will utilize the Snowdrop engine utilized in The Division 2, and it intends to deliver enhanced graphics, realistic character models, dynamic weather system, and breathtaking vistas, leveraging the capabilities of these new gaming platforms. This will be an open world game and appears to be somewhat of a Far Cry game on steroids since it's a fast-paced one. You will be able to wield Navi weapons and even firearms captured from RDA forces. The game will offer tons of exploration on land via vehicles, dire horses, or on one sea. Avatar: Frontier of Pandora is releasing on 7th December this year. I have a really special place in my heart for the Stalker games. Their unique and atmospheric post-apocalyptic setting, challenging gameplay, and a fully seamless open-world exploration has garnered a cult following. With Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl, you can expect an open-world experience, a lot of conversations with in-game characters, branching storylines based upon player choices, a lot of new radioactive mutants, human enemies and factions and anomalies, and a lot of secrets to explore with more than 100 hours of gameplay, a robust day-night cycle, a dynamic weather system, over 30 weapon types that can be customized by mods too. Apart from this, the multiplayer will also be added to the game post-launch via a free update. Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl is releasing sometime in December this winter. And there you have it, gamers. Part 2 of our highly anticipated game series is complete. Keep an eye out for these fantastic titles as they hit the gaming world with a bang. Which game are you most excited about? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any updates. Until next time, keep gaming and keep gossiping.